Welcome, Ram Fam. Susan Gaitan here, your girl with Michael Renault. Michael, it's great to see you on this episode of Fired Up. It's been a while.
Yeah, we haven't shot an episode in a little bit, and everyone's been missing us, so it's time to
You've
come
been
back. And
traveling like a
I've
mad.
been traveling. Yeah, I was in opening up some new stores for a client in Alabama. Traveling. You and I were both in Seattle
Before that.
for a
Seems
couple days
so
after
long ago.
Management by Fire, which was fun. And then I've been also doing a lot of one of our groups, really just helping them with their BDCs, a lot of just that coordination between the sales floor and the BDC, and how that all works has been something we were working with a client very closely this summer. So it's been a traveled summer. I even got to get off to one of my daughter's horse riding tournaments this past week, which was also
Nice.
a lot of fun to get away for and spend some time with some old friends. So that was awesome. And now it's like get back, or I'm like here at the desk for 3 weeks, which is exciting, and then hit the road again.
That's a long time for you, 3 weeks.
I know. I don't know. My wife might throw. I might be on the road much sooner than that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she's already adapted with you, out of the house for what,
Right. So
3
she's
weeks
like,
out of
I
the
can't
month.
deal
So
with you
she's like,
here.
okay, this is too much Michael now.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But good for you.
How
I
about
know
you?
she probably loves when you're home. I am doing great. We just started school, our
New
new
school for
school
out. All right.
2022-23 session. She's a junior, and she's taken up golf, actually. She decided, she wanted to really try some new things this year, and she's always wanted to, well, actually, I've always wanted to learn the game of golf. So now I'm learning it through her, but she absolutely loves it. She's studied the game, the rules, the history of the game, and she
That's
doesn't
so
have a bad
cool.
swing. It's a complicated, it's tough, but she's got
Yeah,
it.
it's
And I'm
not.
excited for her. And so I'm super pumped about
Well,
that.
that's gonna be cool.
So today we've got, oh my gosh, let's see what we've got on
Special
the
guest,
docket
right?
today. So we've been talking about this topic for a while, and I'm going to just, give you a little preview, you all listening here. This has been something that has been a hot topic now for quite some time. I'd say maybe a year and a half. A couple years ago, we saw it really coming and prepped for it. And it's something that has, if you are honing in on this, I guarantee you're doing better than the average dealership. And
Yeah.
that is trades and sourcing more cars at the dealership through your sales efforts and acquisition,
Yeah.
street purchases, all of that.
Especially this used car market, right, Susan? I mean, this used car market is so all over the place. Pricing is up one week, down another week. The only place you're going to get a deal is at the curb.
It's crazy. And lots of us have, an army of people in contact with leads that have tradable units every single day. You might have, hundreds of opportunities come through your dealership through your phone or internet leads, and you might be missing it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm
And
sure
not to mention everything that's sitting in the database, right? I mean,
so
we're
much.
the gentleman we're going to be talking to in a couple minutes. I mean, I was just at their store last month, and they have 15,000 customers in their database.
Yeah, I'm super excited to talk to him. So
Yeah.
let's tell you about who we've got. We've got a special guest on today. And he is, gosh, we first saw him last year. He had just started with the Step 1 group. We were training their team, their management, and this guy has just grown tremendously just in the past year and a half that we've known him.
Well, and think about it. They gave him a seat at the table early on, right? We came there the first time when we met him, we were launching them as a group, and we were doing an in-person management by fire. And when we do in-person management by fire, is one of the things, and it's just ingenious, and we want to do is bring up the next generation. Let them have a seat at the table. Let them understand what their managers are learning and what they're going through on a daily basis. And sometimes they rise to the occasion, and other times you realize what they're really made of. And
Yeah.
this gentleman has just grown step by step all along the way over the last year, and it is so cool to watch.
It's so cool to watch. And
we're
he
so happy to
loves
share
our
him with you.
program. He loves our script. So he's going to talk about that. His name is Abraham Perez. He is of Cuban descent. His mom is Cuban. And just a super cool dude. He's a hustler. His title, he was actually hired as the vehicle exchange manager. So, you know, he desks his own deals, and he now is heading their KBB ICO department. So he manages that, and it's growing. And let me tell you, he is bringing in a lot of profit for that dealership. So let's bring him on. I'm going to give him a minute. I know he's working right now, so I'm going to let him know that we are ready. And this is just going to take a moment. But yeah, I mean, you've seen him and spent time with him personally more than I have. So, right.
Yeah. And I'm at that store, you know, at least every other month. I'm in that North Savannah Chrysler Jeep Dodge store. And he's always sharp. He's always on his game. He's always looking for the next deal, and he's following our ABCs. He has activities and things to do and keep himself motivated in between every customer. He knows exactly what to do when no one is sitting in front of him in the showroom.
And how well does he know
it's
the
impressive.
scripts?
What?
How well does he know the
You should
scripts?
hear him. I listen to him. I hear him in the show. Abraham, we're carrying on about you here. You know, this is a gentleman who went out of his way, out of his own pocket, to hang banners with that, you know, face on it. You know, in the service drive, you can't pull into the store. It's right there on the fence line. And then when you pull into the service drive, hanging right there off the garage door is that face, Abraham.
I've seen him. I've seen him. Hey, welcome. Happy Thursday. Can you hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me? Okay?
We can hear you loud and clear. Looks like you're at work. Thank you so much, first of all, for taking the time to do this. We're so pumped. We were just bragging about you, you know, the little that we know, but we've seen you grown tremendously. And so we're happy to have you, brother. Thank you so much.
Woo, thank you for having me.
Well, listen, so Abraham, I want you first. We want to know a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about your background, what you were doing before you got into the car business, and then what got you into the car business.
Yeah. So before I entered the car industry, I was actually a server and bartender here in the Georgia Puller area. I was over at the Logan's Roadhouse, and it was pretty awesome. Did that for about 2.5 years or so. And then someone just casually mentioned, hey, you should, you know, give this a shot. And I was like, okay. So I went in for an interview. They were good friends with the boss man at the time. And apparently I tanked the interview. But they're like, okay, great.
That's great.
I actually still continue to serve and bartend after working the 10 to 12 hours here. And then I would leave here and then go to the restaurants and work another 6-8 hours and then go home. And eventually I got tired of doing that. And yeah, that's the background.
And why were you doing both at once?
Oh, I like money.
Yeah, he's hustling. That's the real hustle, right?
My goodness.
Sell cars all day, sling food at night, and drinks at night. What's better than that? Right?
So you were recruited. And listen, people in the food industry do so well. Do you guys know that? They do so well because they know service. right?
And they know how to just have conversations casually with
Right.
new people. You think about it, when you're
Oh, yeah.
waiting tables and you're seeing new people instantly every day, just like selling cars.
Yeah,
Same
you
thing.
got to be good with people. So now Abraham Perez, okay, so you are at the Chrysler Dodge Jeep store, Step One Automotive in North Savannah, Georgia. So now you were hired as the vehicle exchange manager. And so tell us about your role now, because you've grown a lot in that position since then. So tell us a little bit about that and what a normal day looks like for you now.
So first off, I have the best spot in the world. It's my favorite. I've been doing this now almost 5 years, which for a lot of people, I'm still a baby in the business. But I really enjoy it because a lot of stress has been taken out of the picture. I focus primarily on getting vehicles in. I do hope that people trade, but even if they don't, although I hope they do, they'll offer to purchase their vehicles so that we can build our inventory in this current climate that we're in, where inventory is one of those major factors in whether or not your store is going to succeed. So I do everything I can. I branch out everywhere I can. I go to Kroger on the way home and I look at 10 cars on my way out there, put a little card on there, hey, give me a call, and then hope that they do.
Awesome.
So we just do everything that we can to get everything that we can.
Incredible.
I love it, man. That is so, and that's what I see every time I'm in the showroom there. He's just like when before you came on, Abraham, I was saying, and you always just follow those Allen's ABCs. What are your activities between customers, right? What are you doing when no one's in front of you? What are you doing when you're in the supermarket? You know, what are you doing when the Uber guy comes to your house to deliver some dinner or whatever it is? Are you telling him, hey, we have a referral program? What are you doing all the time? And you're doing it. It's so cool to watch.
It is. It is. You know, and dealerships are having a problem with this area specifically. We know that dealers are challenged with new car inventory, and we know that people are switching to used cars. We're switching them left and right, whether it's to a CPO or to a demo, or maybe it's a pre-order. Maybe we are switching them to that, but we know that we need to have those switch cars, and dealerships are struggling to find used car inventory, period, but stuff that's priced right, and they're frankly missing opportunities left and right, as so tell us, this is a big theme that we've had recently. We were just talking about it before you got on, but the dealerships that are really honing in on what you're doing, they're doing what you're doing. Those are the ones that are winning right now. I'm curious. I want to hear what part of the program specifically has worked for you, that has given you results, and something that you use constantly with customers to get them to buy, to get them to come in and buy.
Yeah, so that would be without a doubt the hook to trade. Hook to trade is the best verbiage that I can think of. I wish that I had learned it my first year. I feel like I would be so much further in this career if I had. But there's always, even if you can't use the whole paragraph or two, there's always some portion of it that you can include in conversation with customers. Now that's whether you're just bumping into someone or running into them when you're putting your card on their car at Kroger, and then you have to come up with something slick to say. It's the perfect turn of phrase. Even over the phone, like they say in the training, it builds the unknown hope. It takes away the factor when you're trying to be in conversation with the customer. And communication is the biggest tool that we have, because it'll lead to building the relationship, and that relationship is what's going to earn business now and into the future as well. So that turn of phrase, secondary for me, would probably be, because we get a lot of phone calls that come in, would be the small sentence of, what we have online is only a small representation of what we have available, because we're always taking in fresh trades with all of the new car business that we're doing. And that activity is going to breed activity. And so both of those just go hand in hand, and it just works wonders every time.
I love it.
That's so cool.
Love it. And wait, hold on. So let me back up for a second, because we obviously, that what you're hearing, what he just talked about, is the trade hook. We call it hook in the trade. It's a strategy that we teach in the program. Super impactful. So this is what Abraham is talking about right now. But you mentioned something that I absolutely love, because we normally train this for phones. We know that it works really well when trying to get somebody into the dealership, right? But you use it in person, you're saying.
So I do also do a lot of work with the service drive. So I do use that when I'm in the service drive as well. And it makes for the good conversation to have with to make them feel like, you know what, it sounds like this guy just really wants my car. Let me at least give him a few minutes to look at it. Because at the end of the day, the last little phrase is, you buy a car or not. I hope you do. But even if you don't, at least give me the opportunity to appraise it. And it's that offer that's in the air that just helps guide everything going forward.
And it's so low pressure.
Yeah.
And how many times a day you think you get someone say, sure, just to praise it? Just to start the conversation.
Yeah, I probably do 5 plus a day appraisals.
And if you were just on the sales floor, would you see 5+ opportunities in front of you all day?
I don't think I would.
It's a difference, but you've invested in it too. So I wanted to ask, talking about that service drive, when I pull up to that dealership, along the fence line is a huge banner. Come see Abraham. It's got your beautiful face on there. And then I pull into service and I drive into the garage into service drive, and there's your beautiful face again. Come see me. So what I want to ask you is, and it's kind of like teaching a lesson here a little bit, right? How long did it take you to make those banners? What was, if you don't mind me asking, the financial investment you made? And what do you think it's paid off for you?
So luckily the financial portion of the investment was covered by the store.
Even better.
It did take a lot of shown efforts to get them to say yes to do that.
Right. But you had to prove yourself.
Exactly. But it did take me maybe 15 minutes or so to come up with the design, and then, just get it approved by everyone, and everyone would say, tweak this, tweak that. But the overall idea was finished within about 15 minutes.
Sent to the printer, back probably a week or two later.
Boom.
Turnaround time was crazy. It was like 2 days later. They're like, hey, come pick this up.
There you go. So, okay. So now it's been hanging there. It's raising awareness. There's no way it's not, right? What's been the impact in your paycheck? Have you noticed it? Do you feel it? Do you see people asking for you? Do you see it kind of change that environment in that service drive or in interactions with you? Share that, because I want you to inspire other people. I want other Abrahams to appear to say, hey, boss, let me prove it to you. Let me prove you make an investment in me. It's worth it. Yeah,
so absolutely. Obviously, when I'm trying to make phone calls, and I'm also trying to stand in the service drive, and I'm also dealing with appointments that I've set previously coming in, I don't always have the opportunity to be where I need to be necessarily. But having those signs up, it does get more people to be able to contact me, and I'll end up coming back from doing a task or something, and I'll have 2 people waiting in my office because they're like, hey, I saw your sign. I was just wondering, what's that about really? Is this real? Can I really do this? And I even have like the QR code for people to get a Kelley Blue Book offer. So they'll come to me like, hey, it says I can do this. Can you really do this? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Let's make it happen. And so it definitely, it adds volume. And added volume is added dollars. So.
And how has that impacted you personally?
Quality of life. is better, but also it makes me feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing. My motivation is more. I want to come in early. I want to stay late because it doesn't feel like I'm coming here to do a chore or like I'm tired. Like I've got to do this. I've got to do this. It's more like I get to do this. I
Yeah.
get to talk to more customers than I'm used to, but I also get to see more people smile because they see these checks with commas on them and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're awesome!" And I'm like, "Yeah,
I am. You did
Tell
all
us
that.
about the big checks. Tell us. Because I see listen, you're all over Facebook, first of all. And thank you for that. Thank you for showcasing what you're doing. It's so easy. It probably takes you, minutes a day to post that. And people absolutely love it. So tell us about the big checks.
So I've actually been trying to do that for a long time. I ordered like 2 big checks beforehand and they just got lost or they just never showed up. And then eventually I did it the 3rd time and 3 times a charm. It finally came. But I just thought like I can't really, when it comes to posting online, the most I could really do was post KBB ads or just a phrase saying, "Hey, I'm buying cars," but people want to see it and rather read it or something. So I decided I was like, I want to get a really big novelty check, post it everywhere, show people that we're paying thousands of dollars for vehicles. But I mean, that's what the vehicles are worth, so why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
See the money and the people coming in, it's no longer like, oh, it's just an advertisement. It's like, oh man, these guys are really paying people. And it's fun. It's really fun.
Well, they've got the cheesiest smile. I mean, these people look stoked. There's something about holding that big check, right? So yeah. I love it. Great job. Great job.
And I love watching you just create opportunities for yourself, right? I mean, think about it. You're talking about how great your day is, right? You want to get in earlier. You want to do this because you have something going on. You're creating activity. You're not just sitting there waiting, staring at the door. I hope someone comes in next. Or like, listen, I've been at your store when it's raining out. Like no one's coming in. It's craziest thing you've ever seen if you've ever been in Savannah. Like no one goes up at a car dealership when it rains out. It's fascinating. But you don't worry about that because you have an agenda and the people are showing up. And that's the difference between, being good in this business and being great in this business.
I wanted to just end this interview by congratulating you because I also saw some pictures of a really pretty girl next to you. And it looks like somebody just got engaged. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Woo, congratulations. That's a
Congratulations. That's
huge
awesome.
milestone.
Well, you see where the checks are going.
Well, yeah. that who needs, there's no better motivation than that, except, the diapers.
Are you guys planning a big wedding?
Well,
slow down, Michael.
Bigger than we expected, that's for sure.
It always is.
Or the more we go down the line and get through the planning phases and start locking things down, I start thinking, you know what? You're right. Maybe we should have just eloped. I don't know.
That's why he's working double time right now.
Yeah.
For the wedding.
Exactly. He's gonna go back to bartending at nights as well.
Oh. Well, now he doesn't have to, I'm sure the money doesn't compare.
Oh, he makes his own paycheck now. And that's the coolest thing. It's not set by anyone else's agenda except his own.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun? What do you do on your day off when you're not working?
Oh, I disassociate. I sit there and I stare at a wall and
he's a liar because I've seen him in the store on his day off. So
that's why he doesn't want to admit it.
The last time I was there was his day off and he was there.
Oh, he's one of those.
But like I said, I love being able to come in anytime that I can. Usually Sunday is the only day I'm actually off, and that's only because the doors are locked. And what I'll do is, do a little church, do a little TV, have some dinners with friends and family, and then just get right back to it.
Right.
Amazing. So you get to rejuvenate yourself each Sunday. That's wonderful. I love it.
Yep,
listen, I think you're incredible. You're such an example to so many people that we that we see in the car business that might be struggling, that might be challenged with what's going on and what's happening in the economy and things we can't control. But you're just a prime example of somebody who has is taking advantage of your resources around you and using them. And I love to see your success, and I can't wait to see what else is in store for Abraham. So thank you so much for giving us your time. I mean, shoot, I know you're going to go right back. In fact, when I called him this morning, he was busy, of course.
He's got a customer.
I'm sure he's got someone waiting.
Right
he's
now.
got someone on deck right now that's just waiting for him, I'm sure.
Abraham, thank you. Thank you for always being a champion. I appreciate it. And
thank you.
Just keep setting an example for the industry.
Yes. Thank you. Have an awesome week and have a killer weekend. Go crush it always. Bye, Abraham.
Bye, guys.
Oh, he is incredible.
He's so great.
Well, so this is what
I can't figure out how to get off his phone.
Yeah. This is what I would love to see everyone do. I mean, we can't control some things.
It doesn't have to be one or two people at a dealership.
What's that?
It doesn't always have to be just one or two people. Multiple people can do this inside a store.
Yeah, it's just great to see. It's refreshing. So, all right. So now we've got a lot of things coming up these next couple of months. If you're listening now, log on to our website. If you are a user, a student, and you've got our current subscription, make sure to log on and check our dashboard. The theme the next couple of months is going to be exactly what we've been discussing: how to be the buyer at the dealership, not just selling, but buying great used car inventory and and then placing yourself in a more competitive position, having that inventory to be able to switch customers. So lots of good strategies that we're going to have. We've got a new course called the Hot Spot, where we give you powerful 2-minute modules, no quizzes, mainly objection handling. So lots of good stuff in there. Michael's going to be traveling the country again pretty soon, so make sure to catch him on socials. Where are you going next?
Let's see. Back to Seattle, Oregon, Alabama, and Florida. Yeah, that's September.
And then after that, I'm going to meet you I'll be with you in I'll be with you in Florida.
No, I'll see you in October in Virginia.
And then October in Virginia.
Susan's one of the big headliners at the Virginia Independent Auto Dealers Association, which is pretty awesome. We're actually going to dedicate one of our near future podcasts to discussing this topic that she really opened up a conversation throughout the auto industry when she spoke on this topic last year at Digital Dealer. The importance of the Hispanic buyer, how to incorporate them into your dealership and bring them into your fold as the next generation of consumer, and how they as a group consume, right? And we all consume differently. And so it's just fascinating look into that. And so she broke ground at Digital Dealer. She spoke with the Texas independent dealers this summer, and this fall she's going to Virginia. So it's an important topic and an important conversation for dealers to be a part of.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, so lots of opportunity. Let's not forget, lots of profit to leverage there.
Keep yourself recession proof, right? We don't know what's going to happen with this economy. You can't, there's no more oracles anymore. Whatever happens. We're just riding this wave, and we have to do what's best to protect ourselves and be prepared for it. And opening up to new communities the right way is that, and taking in trades off the curb those are the things that keep you recession proof and working your customer database. And those are the things you're going to hear from us like a drumbeat throughout this rest of 2022.
That's right. That's right. Well, great. I am super stoked. Can't wait to see you again next month. Until
Yes.
then, happy travels.
Until then,
And
have fun on the
take
West
care of your
Coast.
family. Have fun with them these next 3 weeks. Enjoy your time.
Yes.
at
Well,
home.
you have back to school. Our back to school is still 2 weeks away, I think. So
Okay, you've got some time to
back
enjoy the
school.
kiddos. Thank you.
Enjoy. They have no structure. My kids are very much like, we're in camp, we're in school, we have structure, and there's like this 2-week gap where they have no structure, and it's just going to be a mental house over here. So so just send over the alcohol. Or
whatever
I'm
you
open if
need to
anyone
do,
wants.
Michael.
Hey, if anyone wants to, an live in store, last minute pricing available.
Oh man. All right. Well, listen,
All right.
great to talk
Thanks,
to you. Great to
Susan.
see you. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, King.